everyone. Thanks for joining us on 2K Sports. NBA action is coming up. And on tap tonight, it's the Dallas Mavericks going up against the Minnesota Timberwolves here at their home Target Center. Alongside Greg Anthony and Stan Van Gundy, I'm Kevin Harlan. Allie LaForge will be our reporter on the sideline. A moment now to look at the year-to-year scoring output and how it has been trending for Klay Thompson.
And you can see his scoring numbers trending down as time goes on. It's not what you want to see, but maybe it's just time to shift his approach a little and start looking for other ways to get points out there on the floor.
Now we'll look at Dallas's starting lineup. They've got Christie. Anthony Davis is out there with P.J. Washington. Then it's Flagg. And it's Nembhard in at the point guard position. And for Minnesota, guard and off guard, filled by DiVincenzo and Edwards. The big men on the floor for him, Randall and Gobert. And it's McDaniels at the small forward position. Stolen by McDaniels. And that's out of bounds. It was last touched by Christie. Here's Edwards. Count it. What a matchup we have tonight, Greg, in the front court. I know everyone, you and I included, have been waiting for this one.
And when you got two of the best bigs in the league going at it tonight, it's must-see TV. I can't wait to call this one, guys. And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
Shot goes down. Very quick possession right there. Edwards got his second bucket.
Where doesn't Edwards score from? Even in the mid-range, he makes shots.
Davis has the open look, and it's off from three-point range. Randall kicks to Edwards. And now just over a minute played here in the first. Good.
That's 3 straight shots to fall here to start. Looking good.
Dallas has gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Some nice passing here by Dallas. Christie with the bounce pass. Here's Nembhard. And here's Washington outside. The Timberwolves have gotten their first 3 shots to go in for them to start off this game. And good depth for the Timberwolves. It can be challenging sometimes, Stan, choosing who plays and who sits.
Well, Kevin, that's the kind of problem you want as a coach. But they've traded away a lot of draft capital to assemble this roster. Now it's about paying them to keep them together.
And a wide open look for Flagg. Hits the three-point bomb.
When he's hitting that shot, this offense becomes scary. Even more difficult to defend.
Yeah, if you can hit that with regularity, it opens up the floor so much more.
Ooh, just powered it down with both hands. You know he's not going to mess that one up.
No, not this fella. He is a superb finisher. Here's Flagg. Last game out, we saw him pour in 42. And Davis puts it in.
And Davis shoots a high percentage because he's so adept at playing to his strength. Good defensive play to cut him off there and square up.
Here in the first, just under 2.5 minutes played so far. Out to the right wing. Pass to Davis. Fades away. And Dallas again with the bucket.
A difficult shot for some bigs, but AD making it look easy.
So for Dallas, their last game, a loss to the Jazz in Delta Center. Edwards drives in. Christie with the rebound. Dallas has gone 2 of 4 from beyond the arc to start the game. A shot by Nembhard, no good. And here's Edwards. He'll bring it up for the Timberwolves. Trailing by 2. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Max Christie. That's his first foul. Poked loose and stolen by Flagg.
Yeah, even I saw that one being telegraphed. The defense all over. Well, that alley-oop attempt, a case of what could have been, just didn't.
To time that up, just not quite in sync yet.
For Dallas, they've gone 50% from the field to this point, 4 of 8. There's a screen. Back to Nembhard. It's stolen by DiVincenzo. Here's Edwards. The shot from the low post is good. 10 points for Anthony Edwards.
How about 5 of 6 to start? Looks like he brought his A game.
A shot by Washington, and he's wide open. Off target from three-point range. Bounce pass from Randall. And here's Edwards from the arc. It falls for the 6th time in 7 tries this contest. That's 86%. Mavericks trailed by 3. And so now a timeout called by Jason Kidd. He's going to take this chance to talk to his guy. And now, Allie LaForce says something for us from the sideline.
Well, I had a chance to catch up with head coach Chris Finch. We briefly discussed Anthony Davis and what he wants his team to do against him, and coach said to make him into a jump shooter. I think if we can make the majority of his shots jumpers and keep him away from the rim, we should be in good shape. Easier said than done, but we'll see what happens. Back to you.
All right, Allie, thank you so much for that. So it's the Timberwolves now after the Mavericks pick up 3. Conley the pass to Clark. Now Dillingham beyond the arc. And it's Flag with the rebound. Pass to Russell. Washington kicks to Russell. The offensive rebound. Davis on the follow.
Overall, this quarter, he's getting good looks, and he's taking advantage.
McDaniels against Washington. That one drops for him.
Well, smart idea from McDaniels, looking to convert inside.
Pass to Flag. Now Washington. Off target from outside.
Not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track.
Dillingham with the bucket.
Good job of stepping up to the plate there, seizing back the momentum for his team.
Yeah, plenty of lead changes in this game. It's gone back and forth.
Flag, and the 3 ball is good. Flag's got 9. Guys, what a tight start to the game this has been.
And it's still in the first half. This could be a wild one.
6-second difference between shot and game clock. Over in the corner, McDaniels. Releases. Dillingham, no good.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
There's no air space there whatsoever. That's as close as you can get without foul.
Fires from way outside. And a high-scoring first quarter. Both teams really filling it up. It's Dallas up 1. And we'll get it going after this from the Target Center. And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second. And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for the Mavericks.
Well, the coaching staff's game plan is very clear. Move the ball on the perimeter and shoot the shots with no hesitation.
And guys, they've also done a great job generating offense from their defense, forcing turnovers and making the defense pay for those mistakes.
On the court for Dallas here. Second, we've got Johnson. Williams is out there with Russell. Then there's Daniel Gafford. And it's Marshall in at the power forward position. And timeout called by Chris Finch. Coach needs a moment to talk things over. Edwards has come in for Minnesota. This gives us the chance to view the best three-point shooting teams this season. The real stats, the real scores from the real NBA. In fourth, the Timberwolves.
No doubt, they have snipers on that roster, that's for sure. It's been a terrific year for them from beyond the arc.
Edwards with a physical finish inside.
Yeah, that was the 3rd straight high-percentage look the defense has allowed. The defenders have got to start putting bodies on bodies.
Thompson outside. There's the triple. Another three for Dallas.
Yeah, that's 2 bombs in a row from long range.
Timberwolves trail. Out of bounds, Dallas will take possession.
A moment now to see the numbers for Marshall. He's putting up 13 points a game, 4 rebounds, and 2 assists. And he's been making the right decisions and letting the game come to him. Solid play all around.
Well, he's found his groove. He isn't forcing anything, and he's making the most of his chances.
Now, here is Russell. Scoreless thus far. Outside, Reed. He's feeling it. And the shot is good, dropping in off the front of the rim. Edwards got 4 points now in the quarter.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Edwards against Russell. Thompson outside. Takes a three. Good! Thompson makes it look so easy.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc. And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense, nowhere to be found.
And so now a timeout called by Jason Kidd. He's ready to talk things through with them. And Greg, you were a point guard. How has that position evolved over the years?
Well, if you think of how much more of the court that has to be covered and the style, you have to score more now to play the position. I think shooting becomes incredibly important. And then defensively, with all the switching, you got to be able to hold up against size and play all over the floor.
The shot's good from Christie. We're now about 2 minutes into the second quarter. Here's Edwards going inside. That's in. Coming off an assist from Randall. Edwards got 21.
Just no resistance on the inside. That's their 5th consecutive make in the paint.
Here's Davis. Oh, Davis is unstoppable inside.
And this is all you can do if you're the D. Davis is an elite talent who converts those tough shots.
Off target with his 3. Timberwolves trail by 3. Edwards slashing in, and Edwards with the stop.
What a ferocious drive by Edwards, fending off the defense with ease.
Stan Naz Reid is a much-beloved player with the Timberwolves, the 2024 Sixth Man of the Year award winner.
Yeah, he is, Kevin. I'm not sure the fans in Minnesota love anyone more than they love Naz Reid, not even Anthony Edwards. They appreciate his consistency, the effort he brings every night, the energy, and, yeah, the charisma on top of all the skill.
Here's Nembhard. Anthony Edwards making his last shot. Davis with it. Now defended by Randall. And Davis gets it to go. Davis has got the lead up to 4 now for the Mavs. Closing in on 4 minutes played here in the second quarter. Reed kicks to Clark. Timberwolves passing it around. And Anthony Edwards again. Edwards got 27 points.
And a lot of teams avoid the mid-range jumper, but they seem to be using it well.
Pass to Thompson from the arc. Bucket number 3. He's a perfect 3 for 3 to start.
And really, as the three-pointers keep dropping, you get the sense that the frustration is mounting for the defense.
And some changes here for the Timberwolves. Rudy Gobert, he's checked in for Julius Randle. McDaniels comes in for Clark. And it's Dante DiVincenzo in for Dillingham. P.J. Washington, he's checked in for the Mavericks. White comes in for Thompson. Here's Christie. Anthony Edwards making his last shot. Down low. Here's Davis. And no good that time. Gobert with the defensive effort.
More good work on the glass there. When it's all said and done, I think rebounding might tell the story in this game.
Oh, here's Edwards. He has 29. Count that bucket.
And started hot, and he's only gotten harder.
Mavericks leading by 3. With the drive. Here's Flag. Plenty of space. And it's McDaniels with the rebound. Edwards with it. Picked up by Davis. Edwards can't hit. Look at the last game for the Minnesota Timberwolves. It was a win against Sacramento. Plenty of daylight on that shot. Christie's got 5 points so far.
Well, the defense gave that away. He's a skilled shooter who you have to contest at the arc.
Back to Reed. Pass to McDaniels. And here's DiVincenzo from the arc. Good on the three-point shot. DiVincenzo's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Now, Flag. Three-pointer. Minnesota with the rebound. Gobert's got 4 rebounds now tonight.
Well, he started out with 3 triples in the first quarter, but he hasn't been able to connect from distance here in the second.
Christie against Edwards. Pass to Flag. Now Christie. The three-pointer, no good. Stolen by Washington. So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly even battle underway in this one. Mavericks lead by 3. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be back in just a moment.
Hello, basketball.
And what he did to those defenders, you know they're in the locker room right now discussing ways to keep the ball out of his.
And now, not a bad time to take a look at the schedule ahead. Thanks for spending halftime with us. Time to get it back out to Kevin Harlan.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. You know, Anthony Edwards has been exceptional here, guys.
Yeah, it's been a great performance from him, really staying focused on quality shots.
Yeah, he's found his spots, been patient with his shot selection, and it's paid off for himself and the team.
The wingmen, Edwards and McDaniel. The big men on the floor for him, Randall and Gobert. And it's DiVincenzo in at the point, so that's the lineup for Minnesota.
And for his position, Davis, a solid distributor. He's one of the league's most unique players. And the jump shot has been a dimension of this game where they've had a clear advantage.
Here's Nembhard. 2 points, that one goes. Nembhard's got 5 now. Minnesota's gone 3 of 4 from long range in the game. Here's Edwards, and the Timberwolves tack on 2 more.
They are on fire to start this second half. 3 for 3 and looking totally in sync.
Here's Flag. And the 3 off target. For Minnesota, they've gone 3 of 3 from the field since halftime. And what you love about Cooper Flag, he's committed with playing the game the right way.
Yeah, I mean, even back in middle school, we would binge watch the '86 Celtics, a team known for its high IQ.
And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Nembhard.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
90 seconds now into the second half. And the points coming for them now, Greg and Bunches.
And we're seeing what a high-octane offense should look like.
Well, we've seen this movie before. Edwards is rolling, and his energy right now is infectious.
Here's Davis. Anthony Edwards making his last shot. Sweet move. And with that shot, the Minnesota lead is cut down now to just 2 on the basket from Davis.
That's 3 of 4 here to start the half.
Here's Edwards. Offensive rebound. Gobert. And there's another one for the Timberwolves.
Well, it's like Gobert's got magnets in his hand. He's led the league in rebounding before in his career.
Pass to Davis. Gobert with the defensive effort. Timberwolves leading by 4. Oh, Edwards!
Oh, inflicting some punishment with the two-hand flush.
They're going for the throat. Now, here's Washington. Christie has the open look. Misses the three.
And hard work on the glass. Once again, guys, they put a lot of effort and focus on the backboard. And usually teams go on runs, and it comes from a lot of layups and dunks, but not now.
Now here is Davis. He's got 14. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. It's going to be on Rudy Gobert.
And one of the best big men in the game, Davis, continuing to prove how dominant he is.
And so Anthony Davis nails both of them. Timberwolves leading by 6. DiVincenzo finds Edwards. Offline with his 3.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
Gobert with the block.
As intimidating a defensive presence as there is, Gobert could write a book on rim protection.
And the basket by Edwards.
He's been reliable from the floor, and that's reflected on the scoreboard.
Michael Conley, he's checked in for Dante DiVincenzo. Daniel Gafford's checked in for the Mavericks. Pass to Christie. Randall against Washington. Dallas again missing. Minnesota's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. And he can't extend the lead to double digits.
Yeah, he might want to avoid looking over at the bench for a little bit here. Missed dunk like that is infuriating to a coach.
Oh, that's a major league throwdown.
Keeps a tight grip on that rim, too, after the finish. And the Timberwolves with possession here. The Mavericks making the shot. Randall with the bucket.
Wow. Randall with a fantastic dribble move. We're seeing why teams use him as a point forward.
Here's Flag. 11 points in the game. From past the arc. Anthony Edwards with the rebound.
And they hold a huge advantage on the backboard.
And Edwards slams it in. Just a ferocious play by Edwards. Taking the contact, but staying committed to his finish.
Here's Nembhard. He's got 5. Pass to Flag. From outside the arc. Gobert pulls it in. Gobert's got 9 rebounds in the game. Getting it.
Oh, look at that! Just unbelievable. Well, that was unbelievable. Not many guys can do what Ant-Man just did.
And that great replay brought to us by the AT&T Connected Cam. Mavericks trail by 12. And here is Washington. Pass to Christie. Again, the miss by the Mavericks.
Well, you can tell he thinks he should have had that one. Even harder on him when he's got a good look like that and it doesn't go down.
Conley gets the bucket.
How about that move? Pat Conley adjusting around the contact to get the finish.
Here's Gafford. On the run, and Gafford throws it down.
And wait to finish and cut into that lead a little bit.
Yeah, but look at the basket guy still shaking. And 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot.
Well, you like the steadying presence a guy like Julius Randle gives a team. He's a reliable and experienced player others can lean on out there.
Both free throws good from Randall.
Well, he's been very good at the line, and we all know free throws can make or break you in the end.
Russell with a wide open look. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Russell's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Randall outside. It could go. Buzzer beater!
What a way to punctuate the third quarter. They've got the lead, and they've got momentum.
Anthony Edwards has been leading the charge for Minnesota. Going on an absolute rampage, piling in the points. He dictated the pace of the entire... And let's take now this moment to bring up our State Farm assist of the game.
And how about the floor generalship right here. I mean, showing us why they're always in good hands when he's the man in charge.
Well, he really just helps tie this team together. They know they can count on him to set them up.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. On the floor for Dallas starting the 4th quarter here. Daniel Gafford is out there with Anthony Davis. And there's Klay Thompson. Then it's Russell. And it's Marshall in at the 3.
Well, in addition to his low post scoring, Randall is also dangerous from the mid-range. Nice looking Jay there.
Thompson for 3. That's in there. Davis with the assist. Davis has got 4 assists in the game.
Guys, he's been a one-man air raid coming at them time and time again.
Well, what I love about his three-point shooting is the spacing that he's adding. It makes things a lot easier for everyone else.
Edwards, he's checked in for Minnesota. We're now joined by our sideline reporter, Allie LaForce. Allie, it's all yours.
I was able to listen in on what Chris Finch was going over with his team, and they told their team, no easy threes, let's guard that arc, don't let anyone get an open look. With the lead, they want to close this one out with their perimeter defense. Back to you.
And Allie, thanks so much.
And defensively, guys, they've been unable to shut down the middle.
Russell with it. Clock at 6. Dallas needs to get off a shot. Shot's good by Gafford.
Consistency all game long. He's going to continue, I think, to have to take it over to get them back in the game.
Edwards, the bounce pass. It's good. Reed's got his first basket of the night.
And Reed is a very active player. Love seeing him be this aggressive inside.
Mavericks making a switch here. Washington's checked in. And so it's Dallas with it. 15-point game. Russell with it. Now defended by Randall. Some nice passing here by Dallas. Washington kicks to Russell. Inside. Oh, Davis down low.
And when Davis gets going, you are in trouble because he will just power through you to get to his spots.
And stolen by Russell. To the paint, here's Washington. Throws it down as the official calls the foul. It may be a three-point play. Julius Randle. Picks one up.
Excellent on both ends of that play.
Yeah, the steal was sharp, but the slam topped it off.
And that is why you want to run off turnovers. Get down the floor before the defense is set.
Edwards dishes to McDaniels. That's short off the rim.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the defense.
Crisp and contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
And he knocks down the first one. Stan, what advice would you give to coaches that are leading a struggling team?
Well, Kevin, I think the number one thing, whether you're leading a struggling team or a team playing really well or anything in between, is to just stay consistent. Keep working on the things that you know over time make teams consistent. Go out and talk about those things day in and day out and try to get your team to focus on those.
Pass to Washington. Hits the jumper in space. Washington's got 4 this quarter.
He's been a different guy here in the second half. His shooting percentage far better than it was before the break.
And good! He hits it again.
And this game has his name written all over it.
Greg, he's been phenomenal in offensive onslaught. Here's Davis. Oh, that is a big-time jam.
Oh, my goodness. AD wanted them to feel that one. Davis boosts his whole team with that explosiveness.
And got it. Another basket. 60 points. This guy cannot be stopped.
They've had no answer for him in this one.
Here's Davis. Now flag. Rebounded by Randall. Outside Edwards. Now Randall. Jacks up a three. Nembhard there for the rebound. Mavericks trail by 12. Now Washington. Here's Davis. From deep. No good there. Now Randall. Got it to go off the glass.
Well, Randall doesn't back down from physical coverage. In fact, he welcomes the challenge.
Now Davis. Can't get it.
And all you got to do is look at the rebounding margin as to why they hold the lead.
Yet another bucket.
And what a night. Arguably the best in franchise history.
Tying the franchise mark for most points in a game. The next basket breaks it. Dallas calls timeout. They're down by 16. And one of our featured players tonight earns our player of the game, Anthony Edwards.
And guys, he's been about as close to perfection as you can be. The intensity he's played with has been amazing. Just no let up. And as fired up as he's been, he's never let his emotions get out of control.
What a connection he has to these fans. They love him here. And the more he has games like this, the deeper that connection gets. Clark inside. Russell's there. Shot clock at 2. Holy cow! What a bailout!
Inspired tonight. They fought hard and at crucial points just made the plays.
Yeah, they saved their best basketball for this home stretch, and they certainly earned this one.
So it's the Timberwolves now. 16-point lead, the largest margin in the game. Now, here's Reed. So it's Minnesota winning this one easy, and the outcome of this one was never in doubt.
And boy, they really put in a supreme effort. It just felt like once they had that lead and it was comfortable, they were not going to relinquish it.
Now let's check in with Allie LaForce on the sideline. What do you have for us, Allie?
Julius, it wasn't always smooth sailing tonight, but you guys got it done. How did you feel about the level of play coming down the stretch?
Absolutely amazing. You know, there's ups and downs of the season, but, you know, one thing is we're going to play hard every night and give ourselves a chance. So we did that for most of the night, but, you know, we did an amazing job staying together.
The effort certainly was not lacking tonight. Thanks, Julius.
Terrific, Allie. Thanks. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. Here with Stan Van Gundy, Greg Anthony, and Allie LaForce, I'm Kevin Harlan, signing off for this presentation of NBA basketball. And as we leave you, we give you our player of the game, Anthony Edwards.
Have you here for a midweek edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. Grant Hill, Clark Kellogg, and Allie LaForce. I'm Brian Anderson, and alongside us is Shams Charania. We'll be hanging out, chatting with us for a bit. Shams, great to have you with us as always, man.
Absolutely, and BA, there's a lot to talk about these days, so thanks for having me.
Tee us up now. Is the news robust or minimal at this time of year?
Oh, BA, it's always fluid with me.
And here's a look at some numbers for him.
And over the last 5 games, his field goal percentage has increased. And you can make a case, his confidence as well, because of this.
And the starting lineup for the Grizzlies. Jalen Wells out there with Ja Morant. Then there's Santi Aldama. Then it's Jaren Jackson. And for Minnesota, DiVincenzo and Edwards are the backcourt. Randall and Gobert are in the middle. And it's McDaniels in at the small forward. Go. And it's the Grizzlies to start it out. McDaniels with a steal. They're running. Here's Edwards. The rebound by Jackson. And here's Memphis. Pass to Aldama. Three-pointer. The shot won't fall. Outside Edwards. After missing his first attempt, now 1 for 2. And this summer, the Grizzlies going all in to draft a player who'd been a virtual unknown about a year ago, Shams. Cedric Coward.
BA, you love stories like this, and he really shot up the boards as well at the NBA Draft Combine with his immaculate shooting percentage. And get this, BA, 6'5", with a 7'2" wingspan. For those trying to do the math at home, that's a +9 wingspan. So absolutely elite physical tools. I'm told they're very excited about Cedric Coward in Memphis.
Seems like a guy that make a name for him.
And the players going through their game preparation, making sure they're fully warmed up for the tip. Welcome aboard, everybody. This is Wednesday Night Basketball of the NBA on 2K Sports. Kevin Harlan here alongside Greg Anthony and Richard Jefferson. And our reporter tonight on the sideline is Allie LaForce. Now we get a chance to check out the standings out east already. We are in December. Look at Cleveland. They're 6th best right now, looking to make a move up in the standings. And, of course, the Bulls. They're 5 spots away. Look at Cleveland's starting group. The wing set for them, Mitchell and Hunter. Wade out there with Allen. And it's Garland in at the point. And for Chicago, White on the wing along with Okoro. Vucevic is out there with Buzelis. And it's Giddey in at the 1. You know, RJ, tonight it figures to be a physical contest. Each of these teams excelling in rebounding.
Yeah, that's what both hang their hat on. This is a pride matchup. When you identify as a rebounding team, you never want to lose that battle.
Now, here's Okoro. Hits it from three-point range. Okoro's got the first 3 points of the night up on the board for Chicago. Here's Mitchell. He drives in, and it's Mitchell with the jam.
The speed of that first step is just what makes Mitchell so difficult to contain.
White, wide open. He fires. That 3 off the mark. Now we'll hear from Allie LaForce, and she's got a story for us. An update. Allie?
Just a bit ago, Billy Donovan and I were able to chat. We discussed his plans for defending Donovan Mitchell. And he told me, for as quick and athletic as Mitchell is, we can't allow him to get downhill. No free runs in the open court, no clear lanes to the bucket. And he added, that's not as easy as it sounds, but that is our goal. Kevin, back over to you.
Terrific, Allie. We appreciate the report. Here's Vucevic, following the basket by Donovan Mitchell. Just 3 to shoot. Goes back up, and Vucevic with the layup.
Getting physical on the glass and getting a bucket, that's what Vuce does.
Bounce pass from Garland. And stolen by White. Fast break. Here comes Chicago.
You gotta love his hustle, leaving the defense no time to react.
And all of a sudden, that man was just on the other end. Wow.
And a good-looking view of that throwdown from the AT&T Connected Cam. To the middle, here's Mitchell. Drops in the layup for 2. Mitchell's got 6 points.
Executing the plan here early, still haven't missed the shot.
And we've got our 2K insider, Shams Charania, on the line. Shams, what's the story?
Thanks, guys. Well, it's been a remarkable comeback story for Lonzo Ball. He became the first player ever to undergo cartilage replacement surgery on his left knee. Now, with a role on a winning team in Cleveland, this is a great situation for a player whose IQ for the game is as good as ever.
A cagey veteran. Okay, thank you, Shams. Bulls have gotten 4 of 6 field goal attempts to drop in the first quarter. Here's Vucevic, and he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Because he can commit from all 3 levels, Vucevic is a tricky cover.
And Greg, while they need more star talent, the Bulls have had only 1 top 5 pick in the last 17 seasons.
Yeah, it's like being on the treadmill. They've had some good picks in that time, but really no all-star.
And, Richard, the best record in the Eastern Conference last season. But the Cavaliers facing payroll concerns coming into this year.
The largest tax penalty in franchise history, blowing past both aprons, and the Cavaliers with 3 All-Stars last season, but trying to keep the band together.
Now, here's Hunter. And in the game with Charlotte, he did not play well.
You knew eventually they were going to miss one. At least you hope.
Okoro with it. Garland picks him up. The shot by Buzelis, no good. And timeout call by Kenny Atkinson. He's going to have a discussion on the sideline. And, Gia, you think about high skill level offensive players. Darius Garland near the very top of that list.
Well, the son of an NBA point guard in Winston Garland, Darius has been preparing for this level his entire life. And his offensive package is as polished as anyone.
And White, good. White's got 5.
Getting in close and making it count. White showing off his touch.
Here's Mitchell, and he elevates for the slam dunk. Isaac Okoro did not like that.
Oh, he's had that move saved up for a minute. You could tell with that smile on his face, Mitchell making the most of that opportunity. It is a shame to see a high percentage look go to waste. He'll be hearing about this one in the locker room, I'm sure.
And bullseye with that assist. Nice delivery there in traffic.
And Chicago has possession. White looking around. Giddey the pass to White. For the 3. And that comes off the assist by Giddey. Giddey's got his 3rd assist on the night. Here's Mitchell. Rebound by the Bulls. Defeated by the Pelicans in their last game. They'll try to put that one behind them.
Yeah, I mean, they had their chances, competed deep into that game, but had a few lulls there that just kind of took them down.
They played pretty solid basketball, but a few miscues is all it takes to turn a win into a loss, especially against a good team.
Count that one.
Only one miss in his first 8 attempts, coming out of the gate strong.
Outside, White. And he uses the glass on the layup. He's got 10.
This quarter has been all his. I suggest they keep the ball in his hands.
For 3, Mitchell doesn't get it to drop for him. The Bulls leading by 3. Pass to White. That's in. That's his 5th field goal. He's shooting a hot 71%. 5 for 7. Here's Mitchell. He's got 14. There's 39 seconds left in the first quarter. That one goes in.
And you couldn't draw it up any better offensively. 8 buckets already in his first 10 attempts.
And Giddey gets it to go.
And how about the body control? Giddey refusing to let the defense alter that shot.
To the left side wing. Tyson. From outside, off the mark. And here's White. He'll bring it up for the Chicago Bulls. It's a 5-point game. Lets it go with the 3. That one is good again. He's 6 straight from the floor with the basket.
Confident stroke from White. Never a bad idea to set that guy up.
With 4 seconds on the clock, he can't hit that time.
And he's very confident from that range, but you can't make him off.
And so it's Chicago, holding on to an 8-point lead heading into the break. And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. Scoring breakdown for the Bulls.
They've really been dialed in from deep. This is a team that has a ton of confidence in their outside shooting ability.
And on top of that, they've been asserting themselves offensively, getting a good chunk of their points from inside.
And so in the game for the Cavaliers, Mitchell is out there with ball. Then it's Sam Merrill. Then it's Thomas Bryant. And it's Tyson in at the 4 spot. Right now, let's take a moment here to catch up with Allie LaForce on the sideline.
Well, the Cavaliers trying to make the most of their championship window. All-star Donovan Mitchell said, quote, "What I've learned is that this isn't forever. We're not invincible. You have to appreciate this because it doesn't come around too often. Not every locker room is like this." Back to you.
Connected and driven. Allie, we appreciate the report.
Right now, this is what you want to see. Mitchell playing without hesitation and just taking quality shots.
To the inside. And Herter gets it to go. Herter's got the lead up to 8 now for the Bulls.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working.
Oh, my goodness. Man. Oh, man, and that is why Mitchell has won a dunk contest before. He knows how to get a few style points.
Chicago making some changes. Bruce Ellis has checked in for Jalen Smith. Okoro comes in for Kevin Herter. And Josh Giddey's subbed in for Jones. And Cleveland with a change here, too. Tomlin's checked in. And here are the Bulls now. 6-point lead. And Greg, the Bulls have said they're leaning towards building with depth, saying that star teams are more vulnerable to injuries.
Well, they don't yet have a bona fide big-time star. That might be a case of sour grapes.
Offensively, it's been a perfect quarter for him. He hasn't missed a single shot.
On the wing, Dosunmu. Covered by Mitchell. On the wing, Giddey. 11 points for him in that last game against New Orleans.
And how about the vision he displayed? Great job getting others involved and piling up the assist.
And it's the Cavaliers with the ball. The Bulls getting their last shot to go.
There is no doubt that Ball brings his flight gear to the arena. The man has a little bit of bounce on him.
Here's Giddey. Williams with a clean look. No good from outside.
Shocking that he just bricked that one. The defense got real lucky there.
And it's in there. Now just a 2-point Chicago lead.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
And there's the bucket from Dosunmu.
And we talk about the importance of versatility. He's really got it all on the offensive end.
Pass to Tyson. Here's Ball. Good, and it's Mitchell picking up the assist. Mitchell's got 3 assists now in this one. Now, here's Dosunmu. They've been leaning on him for a decent chunk of their offense. He's averaging over 15 points a game. Such a wide-open look. Giddey's got 9.
And his ability to efficiently score, that's really helped him out in this one, putting them ahead on the scoreboard.
And timeout call by Kenny Atkinson. Coach is going to take a few minutes to regroup and go over the strategy. So for the Bulls, Vucevic comes. In for Patrick Williams. And it's Kobe White in for Dosunmu. And timeout call by Kenny Atkinson. He made the decision to huddle up with his guys and talk about strategy. Lonzo Ball is checked in for Cleveland. And with the trend going toward a faster pace, do you miss watching those grinded-out half-court battles that enthralled millions during the Jordan era?
Well, I miss playing more than anything, but as far as watching, the game for me is as good as it's ever been.
Now, here's Mitchell. He's got 24, shoots over White. The shot by Mitchell, no good. Chicago leading by 5. To the middle, here's Vucevic, and Vucevic throws it down.
Look, when he's within range, Vuce is going at the rim, and he's going at it hard.
Outside, Ball. The Cavaliers again can't hit. And here is Okoro. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. Ball against Giddey. Ball no good.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
And Giddey gets it to go. And now a 10-point Chicago lead. Cavaliers have gone 7 of 11 from the field in the second quarter. To end the run, that's good on the jump shot. Bulls got 6.
Man, have they been effective at getting the ball inside.
Giddey, no one around him. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. The Cavaliers trail by 8. So, Richard, let's give him some credit. Jared Allen has turned himself into a more complete player, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, he's not just a floor spacer, but he does everything else at an elite level. Very efficient. Doesn't make a ton of mistakes that will beat you.
Giddey, no good. For the Cleveland Cavaliers, they come in off the loss to Charlotte.
Scoring efficiency was an issue in that one. Took them too many shots to get their points.
Yeah, it looked like they were settling out there, not moving the ball enough to generate the type of shots that they want.
Some nice ball movement here by Chicago. Stolen by Ball. And now the fast break. Mitchell with the ball. All the way. Donovan Mitchell.
Great quarter for him at the offensive end, trying to will his team back in the game.
Chicago's gone 6 of 12 from outside. A very nice 50% mark, shooting the three ball well. And Giddey gets it to go.
Talk about putting a team on your back. He has been dominant this quarter, and I don't think they are winning without him.
Here's Ball. Allen trying to break free. Got that one. The Bulls' lead has been cut down now to just 2 on the basket from Ball. The Bulls have gone 8 of 14 in the second quarter on field goal attempts. Giddey with it. He's got 14. Trying to find Vucevic. Gets it to him. Over Allen. Vucevic with the bucket. Vucevic has got 4 points in the quarter.
Give a good player a good look, and you know what the outcome will be.
And a close game so far through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Bulls out front. They're up by 4. We'll step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start of the third quarter after our halftime.
Greetings, Shaq Kenny and EJ here as we tip off the show with a look at our midseason Eastern Conference standings.
I think for Cleveland, they've stayed in the mix. A few people predicted they might regress. Clearly, that hasn't been the case. They continue to hum along. It'll be interesting to see how they close out this year.
And let's take a look back at the first half. The Bulls are in a close one.
They're hitting their threes, but no guarantee that that continues. If I'm them, I'm coming out the second half with even more attack.
See, this is why you should be coaching, Jet. And that's all for us. Now it's time to send it back to Kevin Harlan for the beginning of the third quarter.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. It's been one outstanding game from Donovan Mitchell.
No problems fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points. In close.
And you love that mindset he has going at the rim. He hasn't settled for anything, and he's been the aggressor all game long.
At the guards, it's Giddey at the 1 with White at the 2. Buzella's out there with the coral. And it's Vucevic in at the 5 spot. So that's the 5 in the game for Chicago. Ball's checked in. Let's take a look at the numbers for Coby White.
And he's gone dry over the past 10 games, guys. His scoring is way down, and he can't seem to fight his way out of the slump. He better get it going tonight, or they'll start losing patience with him.
That is good. And the Bulls' lead is cut down to 2 on the bucket for Mitchell.
And they are attacking the rim and getting great results.
Richard, the Bulls knocked out of the play-in by the Miami Heat for 3 seasons in a row.
You can't call it a rivalry if it's in the play-in. It's not the playoffs. The playoffs? With the Bulls finally committed to a rebuild, it could be a while before they create any more impressive postseason narratives.
And now let's swing it over to Allie LaForce on the sideline.
Thank you, guys. Going back a few years, Donovan Mitchell dealt with a lot of trade speculation. He said you don't realize how stressful it was until you're out of it. Now he says it's great to finally have that sense of peace. I love being in Cleveland, but there's more to be done. Guys, back to you.
On a mission for sure. All right, Allie, we appreciate the report. Here's Giddey. Here's Okoro. Giddey, the open look. And he didn't get quite enough under that one.
I'm trying to think of the last time I saw him miss a shot like that. It's been a while.
Mitchell kicks the ball. So they take the lead. Bulls got the lead up to 1 now for the Cavs.
Such an easy shot to miscalculate. Great confidence, though, out of Lonzo Ball.
Good work there as it goes. Giddey's got 16.
They didn't have much of a problem getting the ball into the post that time.
Pulls up on the wing. That one a tad offline to the right, but drops in for him. And the Cavaliers lead by 1. Out to White. It's up a 3. Hunter grabs the miss. Cavaliers have gotten every shot to drop since halftime. They're 5 for 5 from the floor.
Ferocious move here by Ball, finding his finish while also taking the foul.
Richard, for a guy who's had tons of hype around him, and despite the injuries, Lonzo Ball has had a nice career in the NBA.
Yes, it hasn't gone exactly the way Lonzo wanted because of injury. But like you said, with all that noise back when he was in high school, I think he's done a very good job just being himself.
And in 2028, Cleveland poised, GA, to welcome the WNBA's 16th franchise.
Reviving the name and branding of the Cleveland Rockers, one of the W's inaugural teams that folded back in 2003, soon back on stage after a quarter-century hiatus.
Here's Ball. After Chicago picking up a basket just moments ago.
And they have come out of halftime in fuego.
Outside, White. Those 3-pointers off the mark. The Cavaliers leading by 4. There's Garland, and that one drops for him. Garland's got his first 2 points of the night.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
There's a good screen. Pass to Giddey. There's the 3. It's rebounded by Cleveland. Allen's got 6 rebounds in the game. Here's Ball. A basket good off the assist from Allen. And it's an 8-point Cavalier lead.
That's their 3rd straight make off an assist.
Kept alive. Vucevic. And that one is good with the extra effort on the glass.
Too easy for Vucevic. He feasts from these interior spots.
Ball with the bucket. Ball's got the lead. Back up to 8 now for the Cavs.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
And Billy Donovan wants a timeout. Looking for a breather and maybe adjusting a thing or two.
Make some noise for your incredible.
Jones checked in for Chicago. Let's go to the 2K leaderboard. For the past 10 games, these teams have been fantastic on rebounding. The Cavaliers 5th.
What a show of strength in terms of rebounding. I mean, they've really controlled the glass here of late, playing with some extreme physicality.
Out to White. The trade. And Vucevic throws it down.
When he's on the floor, offensive rebounding is always going to be a strength for him.
Greg, he keeps so many possessions alive, doesn't he?
Yeah, you can feel Coach smiling on the sidelines with every offensive board.
And timeout call by Kenny Atkinson. This now will give him a chance to discuss some potential changes. So for the Bulls, Patrick Williams, he's checked in for Vucevic, and it's Dosunmu in for Kobe White. And so it's Mitchell who brings up the ball for the Cleveland Cavaliers. 6-point game. Count it, good.
So prolific. Mitchell's a guy who can put up 50, 60, and he's even proven to put up 70. Sheesh.
Now here's Jones. He's playing a pretty big role for him at the offensive end, averaging about 12.5 points a game.
And what kind of defense was that? You can't give up wide open threes like that. What are you doing?
Pass to Merrill. The shot from 20 feet away. And all around the rim that time before dropping in. .36 points for Donovan Mitchell. Bulls trail by 7. Here's Buzelis. 1:05 left to play here in the third. Jones, no luck.
A slight advantage for them in the rebound department, but that oftentimes is all it takes.
And timeout call by Kenny Atkinson. He's going to take a few moments here to check in with his team and regroup. Jalen Smith, he's checked in for Chicago. Josh Giddey comes in for Okoro. And Cleveland also making a change. Ball's checked in. With the shot, the good-looking shot from the wing. Ball's got the lead up to 9 now for the Cavs.
When he puts it all together, Ball can put on quite a performance.
Over in the corner, Dosunmu. Yes, and it's Smith with the assist that time. Dosumu's got 6 in the quarter.
Yeah, they're relying on their three-point shooting and getting pretty good results.
Here's Mitchell, and he could not get that one to go. Out of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. And Greg, what stands out most about Donovan Mitchell's game?
I think it's his consistency. He's a fearsome scorer pretty much since he set foot in the league. And with his pull-up game, he can get his shot off against anyone.
And the first one at the line is good. Hey, Richard, the play-in tournament has not been kind to the Bulls in the past couple years.
Well, first of all, you shouldn't be in the play-in tournament 3 seasons in a row. That's where we should start. And every time they fail to advance, it shows how valuable getting a top 6 seed can be. And if they want to mount a comeback here, they need him to get going. It's just that simple.
Tomlin's shot is good.
Nice, clean bounce pass. Sometimes the fundamentals are all you're going to need.
Over in the corner, Dosunmu. Good on the triple. Dosumu's got 11 points.
And perimeter scoring, I have to imagine it was a topic of discussion at halftime.
And you see this so much more nowadays in the NBA. Teams putting a larger emphasis on jacking up threes.
Donovan Mitchell firing on all cylinders for Cleveland. He's approaching 40 points for him in the game. He's scoring in just about every way possible. We'll get you back to the action after this break. And a quick look now at the State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
You've got to admire the vision just as much as the accuracy. Not many players can even spot that pass.
The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. Bulls trail by 7. Let's send it over to the sideline for some news on Kobe White. Allie, what's the status?
Thank you. I caught up with the head athletic trainer for Chicago. The bad news is he has a sprained ankle, and they're hoping that the swelling will go down. Unfortunate for him personally, but he has been given the go-ahead from the team. We'll see what he chooses to do, given the unlikelihood that they make the playoffs.
Allie, thank you for the update.
And you better believe he's eager to return to action.
And Cleveland looking at who they've got to start the fourth quarter. We've got Sam Merrill, also Mitchell out there, and it's Tyson in at the 3 slot.
Shooting for Cleveland.
Free throw drops for Mitchell.
We've seen Donovan Mitchell go off. He's gone for 70-plus in a game. That is special.
Giddey, and he converts the layup. Giddey's got 4 points in the quarter.
It's been like this all night for both teams. The offenses having their way.
Yeah, but I think it's going to come down to who can get the stops down the stretch, because that's who's going to come away with this one.
Bulls trail by 8. Here's Giddey, and he banks in the layup. Giddey's got 22.
And this is why many are excited about Giddey's future, showing how dangerous he can be on offense.
Shots good by Mitchell.
He's been the guy tonight. Really impressive performance.
We've played just over 1 minute here in the fourth quarter. Jones drives in, shoots over Merrill. Again, Chicago.
I mean, even he was surprised to be that open.
The Cavaliers leading by 6. Here's Mitchell, and he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in. Mitchell's got 47 points. And the timeout called here by Billy Donovan. And clearly an important juncture. He's going to have some choice words with his team. Chicago making a switch here. Vucevic is checked in. Garland, he's checked in for Cleveland. And let's go to the sideline. Here's Allen.
Thanks, guys. I got a chance to hear what Billy Donovan was saying to the team. And he was adamant that they need to tighten up their D. That lack of communication at that end has led to breakdowns, wide open shooters, and easy buckets. He sounded pretty frustrated, guys.
Okay, Allie, thank you.
And I like that they're not settling. Hitting the ball on the interior, 8 of their last 10 coming that way.
Bryant with the bounce pass. Here's Tomlin. Just 5 to shoot. Up top, Garland. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. So for the Bulls, Bruce Ellis is checked in for Williams. Kuro comes in for Dosunmu. And it's White in for Trey Jones. Cleveland also making some changes. Lonzo Ball comes in for Sam Merrill. And it's Mitchell in for Garland. Lots of room. Giddey, no good. Cleveland leading by 6. And that one is good. Ball's got 29 in the game.
And I love how Ball accepts the contact on his way up, not allowing it to alter his shot.
Pass to Okoro. Now, Bruce Ellis drills it from outside.
And those are the types of shots down the stretch that win you ball games.
Mitchell outside. And again.
My goodness. 50 for the game.
Yep, he is putting on a show. Now, Vucevic. Josh Giddey. No good from 3.
And they continue to control the glass.
Takes the 3. It's Mitchell with the tray.
They're in strong position coming down the stretch, and he is a big reason why.
Here's Vucevic. And it's sent back by Mitchell.
With enthusiasm. When Mitchell gets a chance to block it, he embraces that one.
And he gets that one to go.
And this offense is in a perfect rhythm, and you can see how they're finishing their plays.
Right about that. Seems like they haven't missed.
Now Giddey fires the 3. That does not go.
And the defense dodged one right there. Not the guy you want to leave open.
2 points. That one goes.
Offensively, defensively, they are in total control.
And guys, to go on a big run, get some breathing space, it has to be a great play on each end.
And Billy Donovan decides to call timeout. And he wants to see some changes out there right away and right now. Giddy. Oh, the layup finish off an excellent lead pass.
And with those points, he puts an end to that 10-0 run by the Cavaliers.
Mitchell! 16-footer drops in.
Late in the game, up big, they continue to attack.
If you want to be great, you have to have that killer instinct.
And this is going to end in a lopsided victory. I love the tenacity and aggressiveness as well as the ability to close. You really got to give it up here for the Cavaliers.
They really had it going, guys. Their offense propelled them.
In this case, it was the higher shooting percentage that made the difference and earned them the W.
And for the year now, they'll be tallying their 16th win.
And as we get set to put this one to bed, a one-sided season series thus far, they've won 2 straight.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Donovan Mitchell.
He did a great job following his team's game plan and not rushing anything on offense, which allowed him to catch fire.
Saw the opportunity to put this away and did not turn it down.
And that score probably slams the door for any would-be comebacks. And look, they put this one to bed.
Knocks down the 3.
And you can appreciate the fight now, but it isn't how they came into the game.
Too little, too late. That final score will look way closer than how this game actually played out.
Now Vucevic shoots the 3. Hunter there for the rebound. Guys, you've got to think a basket here would seal it.
No question. That would be all she wrote.
And they came in determined to take this one. It's going to be a happy flight home.
And as it should be. To be this dominant on another team's floor, look, when you go home, you're going to go home feeling good.
And make no mistake, Giddey is a skilled passer who knows when and where to put the ball.
Now Garland. Lets loose a 3. And so it's Cleveland taking care of business in this. And in the win, a comfortable win in what was, I think, a pretty hostile environment.
It really was. You know, it's never going to be easy on the road, but they didn't have too many problems with that tonight.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Richard Jefferson, and Allie LaForce, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks so much for joining us on this presentation from 2K Sports. But first, let's reveal our player of the game, Donovan Mitchell.
And we've got 1:18 left in the first quarter here. So on the floor for Golden State, Brandon Podziemski out there with Buddy Hield. Then there's Draymond Green. Then it's Moody. And it's Santos in at the 4. Now here's Jaquez. He's got 6. Powell serving the D. From downtown. And again, it's Miami from deep. Warriors trail by 6. Podziemski, and down it goes. Jam that one home.
Wow. Always fun to see point guards who can elevate above the rim like that.
Oh, a strong mindset and even stronger finish.
Okay, I see him. That's your point guard getting up.
And their offense looking like a well-oiled machine.
Here's Podziemski. Now pulls it in.
Grab that one. However, so far they're getting a little out-hustled on the boards.
Now 8 seconds separating the 2 clocks. MP no good. The Warriors shooting an impressive 47%. The shot by Podziemski no good. MP against Hield. Here's MP. The Warriors pull it in. This, their first chance to take a look at the Heat this season.
These teams were similar last year, both in how they treated this head-to-head matchup and where they finished in the standings.
Well, you've got two teams, one from each conference.
It's been all about Norman Powell for Miami. 8 points in the quarter, showing how effective he can be. We're coming right back. Don't go anywhere. If you're just joining us, we played through one quarter in this one. And let's get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown for the Heat.
Ever since this game started, they've been attacking on the inside, looking for ways to bust up the defense and get high percentage looks.
And what about the collective effort so far from distance? Their shooters have been on point there.
Adebayo and Ware together inside. Then there's Simone Fontecchio. Then it's MP. And it's Larson in at the shooting guard. So that's who Miami starts.
Thanks. The Warriors are trying to maximize what Steph Curry has left. Coach Kerr said, quote, "What we're watching with Steph is one of the greatest artists of all time in his twilight. What can we do to give him the best chance to perform, to make the game easier for him?" That's where we are. B.A.?
Looking to stay in the mix. Allie, thank you. Mitchell's checked in for Fontecchio. Melton, he's checked in for the Warriors. Well, every team is looking for wings who can defend multiple positions. Who's at the top of your list, Tim?
Yeah, I look at a guy like Lou Dort. Look at a guy like Jaden McDaniels. They've got length, a whole lot of 1-2, and they've got the ability to guard multiple positions.
Yeah, that one's good. Melton's got his first points of the night. Here's MP. He's got 6. And just about a minute and a half has passed here in the second quarter. Outside Mitchell. Adebayo passes to MP. 4 on the clock. The rebound by Melton. Warriors trail by 8. Pass to Payton. Back to Melton. Puts up a 3. The rebound by Ware. Ware's got rebound number 5 here tonight. And here's MP. MP right through him.
Oh, my. Powering through the contact. MP just went to work on them in the paint.
And last season, the Warriors had their most success playing a small ball lineup, Grant.
Well, they more than held their own on the backboards in defending the paint. But you knew they'd look to add some size this summer.
And Steve Kerr wants a timeout. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over. So for Miami, Jovic, he's checked in for Ware. Powell comes in for Larson. We've reached the end of the first half of play. Miami out in front, leading by 9. And we'll be right back after halftime for the start of the third quarter. See you in just a bit.
Welcome, everyone, as we dig into the details. Things working out so far for the Miami Heat.
Well, they're playing bully ball inside, so much so that, Shaq, I'm going to let you take it.
Oh, yeah. 1-2. 1-2, 1-2 in the place to be, most definitely. They seize the paint like a MIC. Me and Ernie and Kenny.
Okay, switching gears. Let's take a look at the Eastern Conference standings thus far.
You take a look at the Heat. They've been one of the bigger disappointments so far in the early goings. Some people thought they might be an elite team, and we haven't seen that at all. But the good news is there's still plenty of...
Thanks for tuning in. Now it's time.
And we played through the first half. Plenty of basketball left in this one. He's checked in for Miami. into the third. 2 minutes in now. Offline from the top of the key. On the floor for the Warriors. They've got Buddy Hield. He's out there with Brandon Podziemski. Moody is out there with Draymond Green. And it's Santos in at the 4-man position. Here's MP. He drains it. Made half his shots. He's 5 for 10 now.
Well, these types of looks are easy for MP. The defense must make it harder for the young guy.
And Hero comes to help. Down low. Oh, got a piece of it. It's stolen by Jaquez. Pass to MP. Rebounded by Green. Green's got his 5th rebound in this one. To the middle. Santos. Some solid D from Jaquez.
Well, coaches really appreciate when guys defend with that kind of effort. Just a fantastic job protecting the rim.
From deep, MP. Again, MP missing. Warriors trail by 16. Podziemski with it. Picked up by Powell. Outside Moody. Beyond the arc. Rebound Miami.
And if they want to come up with a win here, he either needs to start making shots or find another way to help his team.
Here's MP. Tipped. Green with the ball. 9 points in the game. Here's Podziemski. And again, it's the Warriors missing. Hield against Hero. Rebounded by Hield. Golden State has gone just 1 of 5 from 3-point range here in the third quarter. Grant, since he's come into the league, what's jumped out to you about Hero's development?
Well, I've liked seeing his growth in running the pick and roll. He's not just a jump shooter anymore. He's a guy that can anchor an offensive unit, B.A.
Adebayo, that's good.
They've toned down their three-point attack in the second half, looking to protect the lead with higher percentage shots.
They need something good to happen here.
Yeah, they've gone way too long without a score.
And the foul called on MP. That's foul number 2 for him. And the Heat with some changes. Bears checked in for Jaquez. Fontecchio comes in for Norm Powell. Larson comes in for Tyler Hero. Horford passes to Hield. And his 5th make of the game in 12 attempts.
Capable of lighting it up any given night. Hield's offensive game is only getting better.
Here's MP. The shot's good. MP's got 12 points.
Like a matador. Olay! There was no defense. That has to be one of the easier shots I've seen tonight.
And they are just breaking the will of their opponent.
Fontecchio, the pass to MP. Outside Moody. Pass to Hield. The 3. He drops it from range. Hield's got 5 points in the quarter.
Exactly what every offense needs. Shooters who can force the defense to extend.
Yeah, that's how you create that spacing, and that will open up a lot of options offensively.
And so it's Miami in command with a 13-point lead at the end of the quarter. Defense is setting the tone. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist to the game.
You know, I'm kind of stoked that this was a choice because I love this pass. A remarkable find. He put his court vision on full display.
Well, he made it look simple, but that's not always easy to execute.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same for the first 3 quarters. We've got Kel'el Ware. Davion Mitchell is out there with MP. Then there's Powell. And it's Jovic in at power forward. That's the group in the game for the Heat. Here's MP. And he got the whistle on the way up. So he'll be headed to the line for a pair. You know, I heard Steve Kerr talking about this concept, the ball and stick theory, Tim, that some guys...
Athletic ability involving speed or quickness or verticality. But I think that hand-eye is critical and counts just as much as those other traits.
Here's Podziemski. Oh, and he brings it down with a two-handed jam.
Incredible. It sometimes falls to the point guard to be the offensive catalyst.
Seems like he always knows when his squad needs a lift.
It was an aggressive move that could change momentum.
MP outside. Shot clock at 6. The rebound by Payton.
Yeah, keeps on shooting, keeps on missing. Maybe time to go in a different direction.
Pass to Podziemski. Out to Horford. From deep. It's hauled in by the Heat. Ware's got 9 rebounds in the game. Boy, he's getting it done. Here's MP. MP sinking the tough floater.
Well, that's a great shot there by MP, showing great composure for his age.
And Steve Kerr calls timeout here. He wants... The Heat look to go younger. This is not a team with an appetite for lengthy rebuilds, Grant.
Yeah, B.A. The one advantage they possess when star players around the league ponder a change of scenery, Miami certainly has some great views.
Curry buries it from outside.
They came out and had a statement win with their performance tonight. A fantastic effort to get it done here for the Heat.
All their efforts on the boards ended up paying off.
And just 2 tough rebounding teams, but they gave the extra effort and were rewarded for it.
And with this performance, they'll have claimed their 8th win of the year.
And against a non-conference opponent, you really want to win the first one. They'll go into the next one knowing how to beat this team for sure.
And what a huge performance it was for Bam Adebayo.
And when he's dominant on the glass, his team benefits in so many ways. He took a lot of pressure off of his teammates tonight.
Knocks down the trifecta.
And where was this type of effort earlier in the game? Unfortunately, this run will be all for nothing.
Well, they have finally found something that's working, but it's against a defense that clearly has led up since they have the lead.
Takes a 3. It's off.
And I'm surprised that didn't go down. I mean, I'm sure he is too.
Oh, the lead pass. Great dish.
Showing us that killer instinct right now. No letting the foot off the gas for them.
They are playing with so much confidence. They've been clutch all the way around.
And it's Miami's ball. They led by as many as 18. Bucket! Straight in!
And he is just piling up the numbers here. MP seems to improve every time we see him. Such an impressive talent.
Ooh, too long in the paint. And he's hit with a 3-second violation.
Shooting for Golden State. Post. 1.
And the free throw no good, but they'll get the ball back here. So no problem for Miami as they get the win. A competitive game. You have to feel like this crowd gave him a little extra edge.
Yeah, they really fed off the energy. You saw their...
MP, you were able to reach the 20-point mark tonight. Help your team get the victory. Is this something you guys can build on?
Thanks, man, for coming out and rooting for your team.
Yeah, it's all about reps. A good night scoring gives you confidence going into the next game. A win like this gives the team confidence going into the game after. Keep stacking those wins up, and you've got an all-NBA scorer and a championship contender. That's a good situation to be in, and I like that we're here right now.
Great. Thanks a lot, MP.
Hey, always appreciate it.
B.A., over to you.
Thank you, Dominic.
Everyone, we've got a good one for you tonight. It's Game 3 of the NBA Cup for both of these teams. Let's get started. Hi, everyone. Kevin Harlan with me tonight. Stan Van Gundy and Greg Anthony. And Allie LaForce is reporting on the sidelines. So here's Miami's starting group. Jaime Jaquez is out there with Adebayo. Then there's Norman Powell. And it's Mitchell. And it's Hero into the 2. And for Chicago, we've got Isaac Okoro. Vucevic is out there with Buzelis. Then it's Dosunmu, and it's Giddey in at the 1. This is game 3 for these teams in the NBA Cup Tournament group play. That adds an extra level of intensity, doesn't it?
Kevin, it certainly does, especially because one of these teams has much more to lose. At this point, only one of them might be playing to advance in this tournament.
Here's Jaquez. Hero from long range. It's up and it's off the mark. He's 0 for 1. Pass to Buzelis. Now here's Okoro. Takes the 3. They grab their own miss. Here's Giddey. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
Hey, that's an aggressive move by Giddey. You love to see it.
Pass to Adebayo. And a wide open look for Hero. And a miss there on the triple.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
At the top of the key, Buzelis. Vucevic finds Dosunmu. No good with the triple. Miami's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. In the Miami front office stand, hinting at personnel and philosophical changes after last season.
Well, when you win 37 games, there's obviously cause for change. And the Heat are never complacent, Kevin, and they've got no interest in full-scale rebuilds.
Now, Vucevic, after Norman Powell missed from long range. Now, Hero, defended by Dosunmu. Shots good by Hero.
Guys, that's just really unstoppable. He poses a ton of matchup problems for whomever he's facing.
Giddey the pass to Vucevic. And that comes off the assist by Giddey.
Well, offensively, that's what you want to get. Vucevic from point-blank range.
Jaquez outside. Hero passes to Adebayo. Yes, that goes in.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
Well, when you are the aggressor this early, it is intimidating.
Now here's Vucevic. Last game he had 12. 6 to shoot. That one falls. His second basket of the game. He's now 2 for 3.
Guys, the moment Vooch gets that ball in the paint, he can beat you in so many different ways.
Adebayo, and he drops in the layup off the glass.
Yeah, going hard to the rack, making a statement here early on.
Yeah, at this stage of the game, you want to be aggressive.
Checked in for the Bulls. Jones comes in for Dosunmu. Then for the Heat, Khalil Wares checked in for Bam Adebayo. And MP subbed in for Davion Mitchell. 1:32 left in the first quarter of the game. Vucevic down low. He's defended by Ware. Drills the three-pointer.
What a great sign for this team. Jones shooting it with conviction.
Here's Cruz. Chicago grabs the miss. And this is their first time matched up with this year's Heat team.
And they were able to take the season series in that matchup last year. But overall, two teams that were very similar in the standings.
Giddey, no good. The Heat trail by 5. Hero kicks to MP. Vucevic with the block.
Well, defensively, Vucevic was in great position and times that perfectly.
Jones, no luck.
He'll probably hear about that shot selection when he gets back to the bench. Maybe not their best option now.
A nice shot by MP.
And a nice job here early of establishing an inside presence.
And so it's Jones. He'll bring it up for the Bulls. Fresh from a win against Portland.
Yeah, they were able to maintain focus in a hostile environment, and that led to taking shots that made sense.
Well, and it's one thing to get the shot you want. It's another to make them. They've got good scores on this team.
So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. Bulls lead by 3. And the second quarter will be on the way when we come back. And some good action in the books as we get back to the game that's been pretty close here so far. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Bulls?
I love their effort, contesting shots, trying to intimidate here early on.
Yeah, well, the best way to get in the head of your opponent is through aggressive defense.
So with Vucevic on the bench, here's the group that Billy Donovan has on the floor. They've got Trey Jones. Jalen Smith is out there with Zach Collins. Then there's Carter. And it's Phillips in at the 3, the small forward. Offensive rebound. Gets it to go. That one good from Adebayo.
You got to love the extra effort from Adebayo to keep the possession alive, grabbing the board and turning it into points of his own.
And after playing most of his career at the center spot, Greg, do you like Bam Adebayo playing power forward?
Oh, it's great. At 6'9", I felt like he was always undersized at the pivot, making up for it with his strength and toughness, but he has the mobility and the skill to play the 4 without question.
The Bulls leading by 4. Inside. And out of bounds as the Heat gain possession.
Heat ball. And the misconnection there. Fans guarding their beverages. That's a pass he'd like back for sure.
And Eric Spoelstra wants a timeout. Coach is going to try something.
Give it up one more time for your Chicago Bulls.
1:12 left in the first half of the game. Big shot on the way. That misses off the backboard.
Well, he's going to have some explaining to do on the sideline about why he took that shot.
Yeah, you know, back in the day, you'd be taking a seat. Now, unfortunately, it seems like we see too many ill-advised shots.
Powell outside. No good on the 3. Chicago leading. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. Okoro wide open. He fires. And that comes off the assist by Giddey.
They've settled into a nice groove offensively here in the second.
A great sign for MP in his career, the ability to convert in traffic.
Giddey, no one around him. A three-pointer off the mark.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
Outside, Hero. And he's good on the 3-ball. Now just a 2-point Bulls lead.
Things have changed for him this quarter. It's starting to go his way.
And here is Giddey. He picked up 33 points in their last one against the Trailblazers in Portland.
And he did a lot of work on the glass as well. He impacted the game on multiple times.
He knocks it down, but wait a minute. The officials are getting together. They may want to review this one.
The previous play is under review.
Bring out the monitor and see if he got that shot off in time.
And to me, guys, it looks pretty clear-cut on the instant replay. I mean, the ball was out of his hands in time. I think they'll confirm this one pretty quickly.
After the review, the ruling on the floor is overturned.
And the call is going to be overturned. The second look shows that he did, in fact, beat the clock.
Yeah, they're glad they're going to get those points. It wasn't too long ago that they wouldn't even have looked at it on the monitor. But replays here, and it's here to stay for situations just like that one.
And that's it for the first half of action. What's been a very close game here. It's the Bulls leading by 4. Stay with us, folks. We'll get back.
Well, they're executing well, and that's been the difference.
Yeah, they know where their bread is buttered. And now let's take a moment here for a look at the upcoming schedule.
This upcoming slate is a gut check for them. Good teams level up against good opponents. Bad teams crumble.
Either way, Shaq, I think this is a chance for them to improve, which often happens when you're exposed.
And that's a halftime wrap. Let's get back to the second half with the...
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. You know, Vucevic, guys, has been exceptional.
Yeah, and just look at the numbers.
Making a change here. MV's checked in. Stan, you and, well, your whole family, masters of defensive coaching. So, with that in mind, what makes a great defender?
Wow, that is a great question, Kevin, and a complicated one in a lot of ways. Number one, length and athletic ability really help you. Guys who can move their feet and have great length can cover up a lot of mistakes. But then there's the fundamentals and your ability to move your feet and great focus and determination.
On the floor for Miami, Adebayo is out there with Jaime Jaquez. Then it's Tyler Hero. Then there's Powell. And it's Cruz in at the one.
It doesn't take much to get Buzelis up to the rim. He just pops off the floor and is right there.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Okoro with it. Now defended by Powell. Pass to Giddey. Back to Okoro. The three. And there's the bucket from Dosunmu. Dosumu's got 7 points here in this quarter.
Well, he's a reason why they're winning right now. He's been efficient offensively, and his confidence continues to grow.
And now we're being joined by our 2K insider, Shams Charania, who's calling in with a good story. Shams, what do you have?
Well, there was a bit of uncertainty over the summer about whether the Bulls would stick with Billy Donovan or not. He also received some interest from the Knicks, but that was cleared up when the organization chose to extend him on a multi-year deal. It cements his role with the team as they continue to build. Guys, the Bulls have committed to Billy Donovan for the long haul.
He knows his stuff. Hey, Shams, thank you very much. Let's check in now with our Allie LaForce, who's got a story for us. Allie?
Thanks, Kevin. Commissioner Adam Silver talked about U.S. youth development in hoops. He said when young players are a part of a singular organization, there's much more of an incentive to bring players along as opposed to a win-now mentality, and that's something that we can learn from Europe. Guys?
Taking that long view approach. Okay, thank you, Allie.
Despite his youth, MP showing grown man strength.
Here's Giddey. And he comes up with the deuce. Giddey's got 11 points.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
MP, that's for two. And good. Got the English that time as it falls.
Now, this is what we want from MP. Night after night, an energetic performance on the offensive end.
And Giddey gets it to go.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Lets it go from the wing, and the Heat get another bucket right there.
Nice form on that jumper. MP with some solid fundamentals for a player just starting his career.
Howard down after the assist, let him into the lane.
Well, overall, they're the team getting the better looks here in this second half.
Yeah, they've looked really in sync after the break. Getting the shots they want and converting them.
2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Good ball movement here by Miami. Shot clock at 6. MP looking around.
Oh, he made it!
How about that?
Wow, what a shot. And listen to this play.
And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. Bulls lead by 9.
Trust each other. Let's get that ball moving.
And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. So with Vucevic on the bench, here's the group that Billy Donovan has on the floor. Jones is out there with Josh Giddey. Then there's Zach Collins. And it's Smith, and it's Terry in at the 3 spot. Kicks it out to Jones. Oh, good on the triple.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
Just look at the long stride Jovic has. He can cover a lot of ground quickly.
And so it's Jones. He'll bring it up for the Bulls. The Wizards on the road to face them after this game. That'll be the latter half of this two-game homestand. Out to Smith. Shoots the three. And they recover it. That's tipped. Pass to MP. From the wing. And he wills that one in. Sinking right through off the back iron.
Yeah, and unlike a lot of other young players, MP has shown he's comfortable working in the mid-range.
Outside, Jones. That three off the mark. The Heat trail by 15. Powell outside. And here is MP. Shoots a three. The shot that time, not on target. For Chicago, they've gone a dismal 0 for 5 to get the fourth quarter underway.
I'm sorry, that's poor defense down low again. It's been a mismatch thus far in the paint.
Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. MP fires, and down goes the three. And so it's Carter who brings the ball up for Chicago. Earlier, they held a 23-point lead. Here's Smith for three. Does not go in. So the Bulls win it. And this is their first win of the group stage after losing their first two games.
And as it stands, it's going to be difficult for them to make it into the next round of the NBA Cup, but at least this still counts for a regular season.
And that'll do it, folks. For Greg Anthony, Alan LaForce, and Stan Van Gundy, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks so much for joining us here tonight. We'll see you next time. Have a great evening.